Okay guys, this is actually take two of this video. I actually did a Goodwill run, and the Goodwill run ended up being a pretty decent one. I actually have listed almost everything that you're going to see today, and I've actually sold a couple things, so I needed to redo this video before I ship the items out today. So I'm going to do this handheld today and try to see if this works for you guys. I'm going to turn it around and show you all the items and just kind of talk through the price that I paid and what I think I can get for it. The big thing is the first thing they had a grab bag set up, so you could fill this big bag up for $9.99 out of a bunch of carts. There was a lot of good stuff in the carts, but there was also, they were really deep, so there were a lot of good stuff was probably buried, and I wasn't going to dig down into a deep cart. But let me go ahead and get started. I'll show you guys these items real quick. So right here's the first item. This is a Snoopy Peanuts Instant Scrapbook. This item is actually what made me decide to go ahead and do it. I threw it in the bag. Actually, I picked it up before I started going through everything else because I wanted to make sure I could find enough stuff that I would at least get my $9.99 worth. So anyway, this should list for about $22 to $25. I've seen some go for $29.99. It is brand new, so when you open it up, pull it back here, there's a price tag somewhere here, $38.95. So I thought surely it'd probably at least get 20 bucks. So what I did do is I looked, and once I realized that I could get my money back, I decided to go ahead and go forward with it just on that purchase alone. Okay, the next thing is these Park Avenue cards. They're vintage. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. They're a little bit older. They're in good shape though overall. So I did count. There's 52 on each side, and there's also 2 jokers on each side. So overall, they're not bad. Only thing is on those you're looking at probably $6 to $12 max. Probably more like $6 is the high. So I'll try to get those out. But anyway, those 2 things, 22 to 25, 6 probably to 8 maybe on the top end. Next thing is these EduCards. These are also vintage. These are the subtraction cards. Overall, they're in great shape other than that little mark right there on the screen. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Overall, they're pretty good shape, but those are actually not that good. But you know, when I was throwing things together, that's about a $5, probably a $5 profit that I can get on that guy. All right, the next thing is this wine stopper here. This wine stopper is brand new. It's extremely heavy. I don't know why, but I pick up a lot of wine stoppers. So I've got several others. I'll either bundle it with other ones or I'll try to sell it as is. If I sell it as it is, it might go for $5 to $8, somewhere in that range. It is a very heavy, it's a connoisseur's collection from wine country. So, but looks like a decent wine stopper. So we'll see. $5 to $8 on that. This item here is a little Fortnite character. This is the Dark Voyager Series 1. Probably not really worth a whole lot of anything. I just threw it in there. I've got some other Fortnite items. It's probably a $2 deal. I'll throw it in with those and maybe raise those by $1 just to try and move it with the other Fortnite items I've got. Okay, the next thing is we're going to go back here to these Build-A-Bears. This Build-A-Bear here, just kind of your standard Build-A-Bear. It's got the tab on his hand. It's got the tags and everything. Everything's in really good shape on this guy. I really think it was a great deal. So I didn't want to do these dolls or these plushes, but after I started messing with it and I had these other items, these can actually sell for, let's see, this guy I think I can get probably 12 to 15 for him. And this is another Build-A-Bear with an H9 on the bottom. So this is kind of a little more specialty one. I think I've got that one listed for $19.99. And then this one's actually a Dandy, D-A-N-D-E-E. There's some vintage Dandies that you can get. But this guy is more modern. I think it's tagged, say, 2016. That guy actually already sold. I sold him for $12.99 by himself. So profit on that is going to be about, it's going to be $12 essentially, I guess, $11 to $12. So that guy alone covers this whole $9.99 bag that I got. Okay, so the next item is this little Nikon bag. It's a little camera bag. I usually pick up camera bags every chance I get. Nothing special about it. It is a small one. I thought it would be worth more, but it looks like at most I may be able to get $8 to $10 for it. So we'll see. I'll probably list it on the lower end to try and move it quickly. All right, so the next thing is pretty cool. It's this Home Alone game. I was very surprised that they had this in that bin. They had a rubber band around it. It's in outstanding shape for its age. It's from 1991. But it looks like all the pieces are there. Probably going to play that a time or two with my kids. My kids have grown up with this and they loved it, so we may play it once or twice to test it out. But anyway, looks like that guy can go as high as $25. On the lower end, maybe $19.99, something like that. So I think at least 20 to 25 on that guy on profit. All right, the next three things, I don't usually pick these up, but I decided to because it was a grab bag. I got two of these Prince Maria 23s. They are in decent shape, I guess. The handles probably will need to be replaced or need to be recovered there. But a lot of times people do that when they buy them anyway. So anyway, got those two guys. Those are not as valuable as I thought. They're about 15 to 25 each. I'm probably going to list them very low to move them quickly. A lot of people, you got to realize you're going to end up paying almost $10 in shipping probably as well. So I may list these as a pair. I may list it as two and see if there's like two ladies that want pink rackets or two guys that want pink rackets. All right, so the last one is this tennis racket. This is a Babolat, I think. Wilson has a brand new Wilson hand grip on it. The Babolat Nadal. Got somebody's name on it. I'll have to clean that up. But this guy I thought would be worth a lot more. Sorry, I'm not showing you the whole thing. But it ended up being not that good. It also is maybe $10, $10 to $15 on the high end. So I'll get that listed as well. Probably it's a junior, so it says Nadal Junior up there on the red ridge. So I think that's a tennis racket. It might actually be a racquetball racket. I'm not 100% certain on that. It's been a while since I've played either of those sports. So either way, I just grabbed them. They slid right into the bag with all this other stuff. So I went ahead and grabbed them. So total profit, I think I should be able to get about 10 times on it. So I spent $9.99 on it. I believe I can get at least $100 across all these items. And again, that's not the best way to do it necessarily, but $5 to $10 profit on each one, it all adds up really quickly. So now I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to put all this up. I'm going to pause the video for a second and I'll load up all the other items I got at the Goodwill and kind of show you all those. Okay, so for this next, so that first batch was $9.99. It was a bag, it was a grab bag. The rest of these items I picked up by just walking around Goodwill. It ended up being a good day. Overall, I think I did pretty well. So the first thing is anytime I see remotes, I pick them up. These two guys is a Yamaha remote and this is a Sony TV remote, the RM-YD028. I've sold several like this. I've not sold any like this specific Yamaha one. This is a RAV232, but I got this guy, I think I listed it for like $38. This one I think I listed for like $12. So not a bad pickup. They were each $2.99. Cleaned them up. This one actually was in great shape. This one still has the plastic on it. This one actually didn't look like it had ever been used. So it's funny how often I run into that where literally I get a brand new remote from Goodwill. So this one I know you guys have heard and seen about many times. This is Wii Sports Resort. This guy was $4.99, which was a little high, but these are selling for $20 to $30 on the market. It's been that way for a couple months now. So they were $30 and higher at one point a couple months ago. So anyway, this was I thought was a huge find. It's a Sony Walkman. It's the WM-FX103. Everything works on it button-wise. All the buttons work. Put batteries in it. It turns on. It plays. It fast forwards and all that stuff. The only problem is I couldn't get any sound. I used my regular headphones and I couldn't get any sound. So and it actually also, when you're fast forwarding and playing and rewinding, the dials move really slow. So I listed it as is. I think I listed it for like $12.99. Normally they're going for $25 to $30. I listed it for $12.99 as is. Maybe somebody else can. I know there's some pieces you can replace inside to make it run. There's not a gear, but like a piece that you can replace inside that helps it run a little bit faster and better. So either way, I've already had a couple hits on this, people sending me questions about it. So I think that will sell. It'll probably sell for about 10 bucks. So about, I paid $3.99 for it. So, you know, about a $5 profit probably. These two guys, the Shirley Temple movies, this is a volume set, volume 5. It's actually, I think 3 movies. Yeah, 3 movies. This is brand new in the wrapper. And then this one was extra. It's one of the individuals. So this was $4.99, and I think this was $1.99. But I figured on that, I started looking it up. I didn't quite get my pricing right, but I've listed it for $24.99. That's a little bit lower than everybody else because I just have one volume. So $24.99, and I'm throwing this one in with that set. This should sell. I've had a lot of viewers already, so figure, what is that, for $7, and if I could sell it for $25, it's about a $15 profit after all the fees and everything. Not bad. The Master Writer, this one was actually a huge find. It's a Song Guard, if you can see down in the corner. This is actually software, and it's from 2002. It's the ultimate collection of writing tools for the professional songwriter. It's sealed brand new. That was $1.99. It had actually been at Goodwill for a while. I didn't realize it. It was sitting in a weird area, so I went ahead and grabbed it, and it, like I said, cost me $1.99, and it's going to sell for, I actually have it listed, I think, for $59.99. I see several selling that are opened for close to that, like 40 to 50. So I listed it for $59.99. We'll see how that works out. I think it's for professional songwriters and singers maybe. So we'll see how that works out. That one may be my biggest find of this trip. This here is the Pacific. It's by Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg, and Gary Goetzman, I think is how you say his name. But that was $4.99. And it's all DVDs. It's a DVD set. I think there's like 7 or 8 DVDs in there. Yep, that was $4.99. And I think I'm going to be able to get about probably 20 to 25 on that. It's actually brand new. It just doesn't have the seal on it. Everything was brand new in it. It had never even been opened. When I opened it up, I actually realized that. So somebody bought that probably as a gift, and then the person never opened it. So paid $4.99, and I'm probably going to sell it for $24.99, make about a $20 profit on that, maybe a $15 profit after fee. 007, this one was kind of unique. There was a bunch of 007 sets. This is the Ultimate Edition Volume 1. This has a ton of discs in it. It actually had, they're actually small discs. They're real thin. But this guy, I picked it up and I could tell everything was in there. Opened it up. There's actually an extra DVD in there as well. So I left it in there and I listed it as it is. It's like new with the extra disc, and it cost me $4.99. And I'm actually hoping to get a $20 return of profit on that. So probably like a $24 to $27.99 listing on that one as well. The next set of items are all these little Blu-rays right here. And as you can see, they're all in their packaging. This is the Hatfield and McCoy's original uncut, Act of Valor, and then the Wild Bunch. And I had one more, which I actually already sold as soon as I listed it pretty much. True Grit, the newer, the more modern version of True Grit. All of them were sealed. I sold the True Grit for about $8. Each of these were $1.99, so I sold that one for $8. I'm probably going to list these anywhere from $8 to $12 a piece. I think I got this one a little bit higher, maybe around $15, because it's the uncut original version, and there's a lot of extra stuff in that. So looking at probably an $6 to $10 profit on each of these items. So I'll do that all day as long as they're brand new in Blu-ray. That's hard to beat. This next item, as most of you guys know, puzzles are a huge hit right now. This one's Crossing the Mississippi, 500 pieces. It's kind of a religious-based one. It's I think is what I saw online, but it's basically about crossing the Mississippi, maybe the Oregon Trail or something way back. Anyway, it's brand new and it's sealed. I paid $1.99 for that, and I hope to get $12.99 to $15.99 for that. I think I listed it for $14.99, so not a bad find. I love finding brand new puzzles like that with the seal on them because there's no question that all the pieces are there. Okay, this next item, this one actually, I was a little bummed. I found this in I thought it was in the bins that I could get it with $9.99, but it ended up being in a different bin location. They did not want to, they said it wasn't part of the bag sale. So usually it didn't have a price on it. Usually when something at Goodwill doesn't have a price, they really get irritable about not, as long as there's not people there that do the pricing, they won't do anything about it. They take it to the back and you never see it again. So this one, I actually saw a lady walking by and I said, hey, are you able to price tag items? And she said, sure. And she grabbed it and she looked at it, and I thought maybe she would throw $1.99 on it. It's brand new. It's a Vivitar take-a-stand. I thought maybe $1.99. They're selling for $15 to $20, so I figured I could definitely get my money, get a decent return on it. Then she wrote on it $4.99. So I went ahead and got it. I figured if I don't sell it, I'll use it for my photography setup here. It should be an easy use item. So for $4.99, I can either make $5 or $10 profit on it, or I can keep it and use it here. Okay, the next item is probably potentially could have been one of my biggest finds. It's this Leopold. Let's see if I can get this to set here. The Leopold, I don't know if you guys can see that. Got a little bit of damage on it right there on that one leg, but everything else on it's perfect shape. It's got the little ball piece on it on the top of it here. But this guy actually had $7.99 on it. I think a lot of people use it for scopes, like on weapons and stuff. So they use those to mount the scope and then to sight in their weapons. So I think it's 50-inch as well. It's a pretty cool deal. I saw some of them listed for $169.99 in exactly, open box shape. I listed this for $59.99. I'm going to see if I can try to move that pretty quick. If I do, that's a huge return, and that covers pretty much almost all of my purchase. And that's my goal, is to see how much I can get out of this in a quick time period. All right, so the next two items are these way back here. It's the Illustrated Bible for Children. It's both of them are the Old Time Gospel Hour edition. That's just the Liberty Bible commentary. Both these guys were $2.99. Hardbacks are $2.99 at my Goodwill. So I looked those up. I was actually very surprised. Bibles, a lot of times, and Bible things go very well usually. I listed those for $26 together. So I think I can get that. That's so you're looking at $4 into it, $4.40 with tax. And then if I sell it for $26, you're probably looking at about an $18 profit after all the fees and everything else. So not a bad find. It was the only find in the book section that I was willing to pick up and bring home. And this last item, this was not the best pick. This was $3.99, Clue, and I didn't look. I thought it was all there. I didn't look well enough. We're missing one of the little chess pieces, I guess, that moves one of the people, and they're missing. I think they're missing like the lead pipe and a couple other pieces. So total, there's like 3 or 4 pieces missing. This is the 1998 version, so these don't do too bad if all the pieces are there. But the board is absolutely mint, like it's never been played. So I may take this and part it out, sell pieces. I was surprised. I could probably make $20 if I part out the pieces, or I may buy a couple pieces and make it a complete and then sell it. We'll see which way goes better for me, and if I can make money on it. I'm not going to spend a terrible amount of time on it, because that spending too much time on something like this can end up eating up your profit if you're trying to really get into it. So that said, that's all the items. If I do sell it, I can probably sell it for $25 if I do put it together. But total, I'm hoping, so total in all these items, the $9.99 plus these items is $90 even. It was $89 and some change, and I did the roundup option that they've got at the Goodwill. So hopefully I can quadruple my money, maybe make $400. We'll see. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a little sample of what a Goodwill run would look like. See if you guys can find these kind of items. Right now, the Goodwills are overflowing with items. So if you've been staying in and you feel like you can get out, wear a mask. But Goodwills probably have a lot of really good items, and they're starting to try to push things out. At first, they raised the prices really high. Now they're trying to bring them back down because they've got so much inventory in the back from where they were basically closed for a month, maybe longer. So try to hit the Goodwills and see if you guys can find a good deal. Hopefully you enjoyed this. As always, leave me a thumbs up at the bottom, leave me some comments, and guys, God bless and be safe.